Good morning, students. This is Padmanabham, botany teacher. Today, we are going to discuss about theories, the development of root system and the development of shoot system from the meristematic tissues are developed in different kinds based on the theories proposed by different scientists. There are three histogens explained by a scientist called histogen theory. Histogen theory. Histogen theory was explained by Hans Steen based on his explanation in the shoot apical meristematic cells found in the shoot. We already discussed now how the shoot apex was developed. In the pictorially we discussed, right? Their initials of shoot apex. Shoot apical meristem, and this was an axillary bud. Means when the shoot apical meristem left behind some meristematic cells at the nodes where the from leaves are develops, and these are differentiating vascular tissues, differentiating vasculature. This is outermost area called epidermis. This is differentiating vascular. Then this is apical meristematic area. This is axillary bud area. Then the middle area is called the cortex. In this shoot apical meristematic tissue was differentiated into epidermis, cortex and vascular tissue systems. These three areas are developed by means of three histogens, means permanent tissues. That is nothing but dermatogen, peribellum and plerome. Peribellum and plerome. Dermatogen means derma, epiderma, endoderma, exoderma. Derma means skin, dermis means skin, epi means outermost, exo means innermost, endo means innermost likewise. So the dermatogen tissue is responsible to production of epidermis, means the outermost layer of the plant pot. When we take a cross section, the outermost cells which are thin walled and are developed outermost and constitute the skin of the plant pot in the shoot. This epidermal area was developed by a histogen named dermatogen. Then peribulum means except the epidermis and the centralmost cylindrical tissue, the middle area, that is between stele and epidermis, this area is called cortex. This area is called cortex. Middle area. This cortical zone included the exodermis or hypodermis beneath the epidermis, below the epidermis, exodermis or hypodermis there, then cortex, then endodermis, innermost layer. This total area between epidermis to stele filled with the cortical zone, which constitute three layers, that is exodermis or hypodermis, general cortex, and then endodermis. So endodermis, general cortex, exo or hypodermis are the middle area which lies between epidermis to stele, right? Which was produced by peribulum. Next, pleroma. It is the innermost differentiating tissue, the stele, which constitute xylem and phloem. That means vascular bundles. In dicots, the vascular bundles are arranged like this in transverse section, whereas in monocots it differs. We will explain later on the anatomy. So the centralmost area constitute the pipes. What are the pipes? Vascular pipes. That is one xylem, the another one phloem. The first one, xylem and phloem, was adjacently found. When we take cross section, this was vascular bundles are arranged like this only. This xylem and phloem constitute as vasculature or vascular tissues. Then these vascular tissues are originated or developed or differentiated from pleroma. So there are three histogens in the shoot apex. Based on the theory of Hans Chain. He proposed histogen theories. The three histogens are nothing but dermatogen, peribulum and pleroma causes the shoot tissues from the meristems. Next, tunica carpus theory. Tunica carpus theory. Tunica carpus theory. Here in this tunica carpus theory proposed by Schmidt, scientist, the single layer of tunica is a single layer and was anticlinally divided. A cell participates in the division anticlinally and produce the cells like this. This is anticlinal division. So the anticlinal division, the cells are produced throughout the stem like this mark. Outermost tissue called epidermis is generally single layered, which divided anticlinally, right? The single layered anticlinally divided cells produces outermost region of the stem, that is epidermis. It is a theory proposed by Schmidt. The outermost area was developed by a tunic. Next, carpus. Here the more than one layer. That means second layer of the cells and third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, almost all central part differentiated and forms cortex, vasculature, etc., etc. Here in this, the division of cells takes place both anticlinal as well as periclinal. Anticlinal, periclinal division both are takes place, which gives cells like this. So periclinal division, transverse division, anticlinal division, horizontal division. So both periclinal as well as anticlinal division was seen in these carpus cells and can produce cortex, stele, etc. From the corpus, the cortical cells, hypodermal cells, endodermal cells, vascular cells, vascular tissues are all produced by the corpus with the activity of periclinal as well as anticlinal divisions, but only single layered epidermis was produced by tunica. It is the outermost layer called tunica. These two theories are acceptable theories to explain the shoot apical meristematic activity. Shoot apical meristematic activity. Then about apical theory produced by root apex. To explain the root apex, we already see that the root apex was like this, cylindrical. There is a root cap developed from calyptra. These are the meristematic cells. Root apical root apex, root cap and differentiated cortex and then epidermis. Then central cylinder or vascular tissue, that is nothing but xylem and phloem. So here to explain these root apical meristematic tissues, Carl Nageli explained apical cell theory. Apical cell theory by Carl Nageli means one of the apical cell differentiated into single tetrahedral cell, Tetrahedral means with 4 cutting phases, exact equal 4 cutting phases, a single cell capable to produce all the cells, that is root cap, epidermis, cortical cells and cortex, proposed by Carl Nageli. Then the histogen theory proposed by Hanstein to explain root apex. Histogens are produced by Hanstein, same as it is that as that of shoot apex, that is dermatogen peribellum and plenum, along with he said to the calyptrogen forms root cap. So dermatogen produce epidermis, peribellum produce cortex, plenum produce root vasculature, along with a calyptrogen cells or tissue differentiated into produce a root cap which is outside to the root apex. So the calyptrogen. This histogen was proposed by Hanstein to explain root apex. Then finally, quiescent theory proposed by Quiescent theory proposed by Close. CLOWES, Close. Inactive center in root apex. Inactive center in root apex was termed as quiescent or quiescent place. Here, which acts as a reservoir of active initials. Initials means what, ma? Starters. So reservoir of active initials are found in the quiescent center, that center with inactive center in root apex. Herewith the quiescent is reserve meristematic cells where divisions are very few. Reserve meristems are found here. Inactive, slowly participate in division. Why? Whenever the root apex was damaged, from the quiescent cells, the new root cap develops. Because roots are penetrating the soil now. While penetrating the soil particles, the root cap becomes damaged. To replace the damaged root caps, the quiescent center, which are inactive initials, participate now in division to produce new root caps or re-establish the root caps as a protective layer. This is quiescent proposed by Close. That is the theories, but these theories are not important. This is the additional point apart from NCERT book. You please just, what is histogen? Who proposed it? What is quiescent? Who proposed it? Okay, the theory name, scientist name, important, just you remember that only. It is additional point, right, to explain the shoot apex and root apex theories. Then after completion of meristematic cells, we are going to discuss about permanent tissue. Permanent tissue. The group of cells group of cells which are differentiated from meristem by losing dividing capacity and occupy particular space and perform a particular function. So the cells which are divided from meristems, losing the dividing capacity, attain maximum size and maximum protoplasm, the thickening of cell wall, differentiating in the shape, etc. They used to particularly at a position or place and commonly participate in a single function. Such group of cells are called permanent cells. In this group, all the cells are similar in size, similar in shape, similar in function, right? So a group of cells from the same origin particularly participate in a similar function are said to be simple tissues. These simple permanent tissues further divided into three types already we told. That is one, parenchyma, collenchyma and sclerenchyma. Parenchyma, collenchyma and sclerenchyma. Parenchyma is the basic fundamental tissue. Parenchyma is a basic fundamental tissue. It is the tissue first differentiated from meristems. Hence, first differentiated tissue is parenchyma. Almost in all plants from algae to angiosperms, from primitive plants to advanced plants, this parenchyma was found. It is the fundamental tissue. The other tissues like collenchyma, sclerenchyma, sclerites, dead tissues are all evolved from parenchyma only. So it is called fundamental tissue, basic tissue, universal tissue. It is found in almost all parts of the plants, such as epidermis, cortex, medulla, medullary rays, leaf chlorophyllous tissue, in parenchyma tissue, storage parenchyma tissue, and all these parenchyma was found. These parenchyma cells, that group exhibit all the cells in isodiametric. The cells in parenchyma isodiametric means all the cells in that group are similar in size and shape. The cell wall is made up with pectin, mainly cellulose and hemicellulose. The cell wall of parenchyma cells are made up with cellulose and hemicellulose, which is thin, elastic, with or without intercellular space, with or without intercellular space. They are packed loosely. They are packed loosely. Because of the big vacuoles develops within these cells, which are participate mainly in storage function. Big vacuole was developed and are useful for mainly storage in function. Mainly useful for storage. Right? These cells are isodiametric, made up with cellulose and hemicellulose. Big vacuoles and abundant protoplasm was developed and are mainly useful for storage. With or without intercellular spaces, they were developed. These are the universal tissues which is found in almost all plants, algae, bryophyta, and angiosperms also. These cells are exhibit isodiametric ground tissue, fundamental tissue, basic tissue. From this parenchyma only almost all other tissues were developed. Almost all other tissues were developed. These parenchyma cells are broadly categorized into storage parenchyma, chlorenchyma, aerenchyma. Chlorenchyma, aerenchyma, storage parenchyma. Main points. What is storage parenchyma? It is the tissue present in the middle cortical zone of root, stem, and also in medulla area of stem, filled with the storage parenchyma. Here, leucoplasts, colorless plastids, are abundantly found in these cells. Colorless plastids are abundantly found in these cells. In the fruit pulps, the storage parenchyma was found, which is useful to store the food materials in different forms such as in carbohydrates, proteins, etc. Then chlorenchyma, it is found in mesophyll cells of leaf. Generally, aerial roots of Cteniophyllum, Ctenospora, and on young green stems, unripened fruits, the cells which are abundantly have chloroplasts. What are chloroplasts? The green pigment chlorophyll is responsible to trap the sunlight and participate in photosynthesis. Photosynthetic pigments are found in the chloroplasts. That chloroplasts are largely found in some parenchyma cells called chlorenchyma cells, which are mostly found in mesophyll of leaf, middle of leaf. Aerial roots of some plants like Ctenospora, Cteniophyllum, young green stems, and petioles. What is petiole, ma? Stalk of the leaf. Then unripened fruits. In these areas, this parenchyma tissue was present, which is participate in photosynthesis, assimilatory in function, assimilation. Or preparation, assimilation or preparation. Next, last one, parenchyma. These are found in hydrophytes, that is aquatic plants. In these cells, the intercellular space are formed by schizogenous activity filled with gaps, that gaps are filled with air. These air-filled gap areas are useful for buoyancy. Buoyancy means freely floated parts. In the cortical zone or in the medulla zone of some aquatic plants, the gap was formed between the cells in a parenchyma tissue. That gap was filled with air and was useful to free floating on the surface of water. So freely floated surface plants have these parenchyma tissue, which helps for buoyancy, right? So parenchyma is also one of the parenchyma. Then several types are there, stellate parenchyma, stellate, star shaped. It is found in banana plants, leaf bases of banana, stellate parenchyma, leaf bases of banana plant have stellate, star shaped parenchyma, stellate. Prosenchyma are one type of parenchyma cells present in pericycle cells of roots and stems was present, which give lateral root formation in the roots and in stems, which is a participate in storage of food substances. Storage of food substances was performed by the prosenchyma tissue. Stellate parenchyma gives mechanical support. Chlorenchyma participate in photosynthesis. Storage parenchyma participate in storage of food substances. In hydrophytes, the parenchyma cells are important for synthesis and given buoyancy for free floated structures. Buoyancy given by the free floated structures. So it is a living tissue. It is a first differentiated tissue. It is a living tissue. It is a universal tissue, basic tissue, living, universal, basic, first differentiated cells. Universal means what? From algae to angiosperms, from primitive plants to advanced plants, this parenchyma was present, which is a basic fundamental tissue. Why? From this tissue only other collenchyma, sclerenchyma are all evolved or develops. In the pulps of fruit, also found these parenchyma cells are mainly participated in storage function. Mainly participated in storage function. The cells of the parenchyma was isodiametric, made up with cellulose and hemicellulose, and as a intercellular space are present. The cell wall is thin and elastic and having 14 cutting phases under different shapes, maybe oval or spherical or polygonal or hexagonal. Different shapes are found by these cells which are closely packed or having some gaps, that is intercellular spaces. That is about parenchyma. The second one is collenchyma, which is living mechanical tissue. Collenchyma is considered as living mechanical tissue which is not universal. Which is not universal, which was found in only stems of herbaceous dicot plants and petiole of herbaceous dicots, leaf margins of herbaceous dicots. These collenchyma are not found in roots of all plants and monocots. The collenchyma is present only in herbaceous soft dicotyledonous plant only. It is a localized tissue which gives mechanical strength as well as assimilatory in function if they have chloroplasts. These cells are localized and are evaluated from parenchyma only, but was confined below the epidermis. This is epidermis tissue in the stems of dicot herbaceous plants. Beneath the epidermis, he has continuous homogeneous layers or discontinuous patches they were developed. Whereas discontinuous patches are found in the cucurbitaceae stems. Discontinuous patches, continuous form found in cucurbites, helianthus, and discontinuous found in cucurbites. So the homogeneous layer of collenchyma below the epidermis as hypodermis was found in dicot herbaceous stems, not in woody pots. They are not found in woody plants or woody parts of the plants. Even though dicot stem in woody, that is after secondary growth, this collenchymatous hypodermis becomes wither off or undergo damage. In cucurbites, it is found in discontinuously like 25 world coin, up and downs, ridges and furrows. Ridges and furrows are there. In the ridges, beneath the ridges, the colon-chyma cells are developed as hypodermis. And furrows, they were absent. Right? So beneath the ridges they were found, and beneath the furrows they were not found. That is about a discontinuous heterogeneous ring, cucurbits, homogeneous ring, hypodermis, where in Helianthus. The cells of colon-chyma are said to be colocytes. The cell walls of the colon-chyma cells are made up with cellulose, hemicellulose and pectins. The pectinous deposition was differently found in different kinds of colon-chyma cells. At corners especially the pectin was deposited takes place, which gives flexibility and mechanical support to the plant parts, that is herbaceous dicot plants. Due to presence of these colon-chyma tissue, the herbaceous stems, soft stems, will bend but not break. So mechanical strength was given by this tissue. If these cells have chloroplast, they are participate in photosynthesis also. So both the physical and physiological function was performed by these cells. About the three different kinds of colon-chyma cells, and about sclerenchyma and then complex tissue, I am going to explain in the next class. Thank you students. Meet you in the next class.